Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2014 DreamWorks animation feature film, Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So this is based on the cartoon that ran 1959 to 1963, I believe. My parents watched it when they were very little. Obviously, there were reruns after that as well. So I remember I saw this with my dad in theaters back in 2014 because he loved the show as a kid. So he wanted to watch it as an adult. I knew the characters. I didn't know much about them. I honestly didn't know that they were time traveling characters. And so when we watched the film, and I love reading, history from different cultures and things of that nature. So it was just so well done. And watching it again now, about 9 years later, it's still so well done in regards to the blending of history of historical characters together for one story. So you have various presidents of the Americas of the United States, but you have, you know, the beginnings of the Trojan War, you have the beginnings of the French Revolution, you have Leonardo da Vinci painting Mona Lisa, you have bunch of other different things. There's a whole, King Tut about to marrying his, future bride moment. So there's a lot of different moments that just correspond to these time traveling, individuals. Mr. Peabody is this sentient, speaking, very highly intelligent dog who adopts a boy, Sherman, and Sherman's 7 years old. And the premise of this film, in particular, is Sherman gets in a fight with this girl Penny at school, who calls him a dog, even though he's a boy, and so he bites her. So now there's an investigation whether Sherman needs to be taken away from Mr. Peabody, that a dog can't raise a human boy, versus the opposite, where a boy can raise a dog. So it's that concept, what makes a family a family. Very smart. But then continuing on with the history of it, the science of it. How do you break a black hole? Well, you have to go faster than it. And how do you go faster than it? It's very interesting. Then having scientific minds from different generations come together to formulate a plan and then do the opposite. So it's just a fun time traveling adventure. It's got the nice deeper meaning to it. The It's DreamWorks, so the visuals are just stunning. The cinematography is stunning when they're in the ship and it pans. I just love when DreamWorks does that. DreamWorks is a very specific type of animation style that can do that panning when you're on a dragon and you're panning, when you're in a ship and you're panning. Disney Pixar doesn't really do that within their animation. You don't really feel that kind of drop. DreamWorks gives you that kind of drop in certain scenes, and this is a good example of them in their Wayback. That's what the time machine is called, is this giant red ball called the Wayback. But some of those scenes, you feel that, and then like traveling up through the wormhole and all these things, it was very well done. Very well done artistically, very well done story-wise, very well done cinematography-wise. Musically, the score is fantastic, as DreamWorks films are always fantastic. I'm very impressed. I'm glad we're doing a mini animated marathon thrown in the mix of other stuff, because we haven't watched animated films in a while. So it's time to recoup on some animation. But Mr. Peabody and Sherman still holds up 9 years later, compared to the 2014 debut that it had. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.